Hi, I'm Matt Wenning at winningstrength.com, and today we're going to take the crazy-eyed intern through squat 301. Now, you've seen 101 and 201 and how we were going to fix the problems, so let's get to it and see how we actually did that. So in this series, 301, we're going to show you how we got the squat form perfected, or at least a billion times better. The first step is to take the hands off the belt squat machine. This is going to have massive transfer over to the straight bar. So we learn with the hands on the machine, then we take the hands off to start the transferability over to the straight bar. So as you can see, he's gotten way better at sitting back. His foot pressure is perfect. His heels and the front of his foot are all in the same pressure now. You can see his knees do not go over his toes. And he's breaking at the hips and pushing his knees out. So we've perfected this motion, and now we've perfected it with no hands. So the first thing that we have to do was we had to get his lower back and his glutes stronger. So coming from the military, his quadriceps were way overactivated and his posterior chain was lacking, and that's why you saw so much lean over on the squat. Sometimes when people lean over, most times when people lean over, it's so they can put more pressure on their knee. It's not necessarily a back weakness, but it doesn't mean that this area did not need to get stronger. So we had to live on reverse hypers for the last 4 to 5 months. So he's squeezing from here, getting this stronger, working on this, and even getting some of the top of his hamstring. These muscle groups right here is a lot of times what dictates form, and you got to have a lot of it in your warm-ups and accessories to fix technique. The next thing that destroys technique for most people is the quadricep to hamstring ratio. So in our warm-ups for the last 3 to 4 months that Harvey's been training hard to make this 301 video and show you the technical changes, we had to get the hamstring stronger so that the quads were not going to overpower the movement. So Harvey, in this particular cycle, has probably done about 250 reps of hamstrings per week for the last 3 to 4 months since we've shot 201. So by utilizing the Wenning warm-up and utilizing the proper accessories based on Harvey's weaknesses, we have got the squat technique dialed. So now I'll show you the final result. As you can see, his chest no longer falls. His knees are pushing out. The pressure is on his heels instead of his toes. His chest is high. Now he can create a ton of power. Now, we've seen the technical change. Now the difference is that Harvey's squats went from roughly 350 to almost 500 in this last 5-month period. So from the time we've shot 101 to 301, technique has increased, form has gotten way better on all faucets, and his strength has went up tremendously. Now the other big key to this is his technique is so proficient now that injury is next to nothing, meaning that he could squat for the next 20 years. He's probably never going to have any injuries. So usually injuries are caused by having technical problems and muscular deficiencies or imbalances. And as you can see, we fix the imbalances, it fixed the technique. So the key point takeaway from this video is understanding that muscle imbalances is what messes up form. You can squat all day, but if you don't have the right muscles to have the right technique, it will be nearly impossible to have the proper form. So fix your technique, and therefore you'll be able to squat heavier, longer, and safer. So in closing, technique is king. And how is technique built? Technique is built by not having weaknesses. So in your warm-ups and in your accessories, make sure you're not just doing stuff to do it. Make sure you're doing stuff that is increasing your technique, and your form is the most important thing that you concentrate on in your training.